rivalries that defines the sport. Ohio State versus Michigan, the scarlet and gray versus the maize and blue. To many fans on both sides, this is a one-game season. Ohio State, of course, defending national champions, but Michigan has bragging rights. They've beaten their rivals the last 4 times. Welcome, the old horseshoe in the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. As we'll see, last season's national champions, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 11th ranked team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For NBA Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get this thing going. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And he's swallowed up at the line. Could not get it. Big defensive tackle. Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game, is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Short pass finds the tight end. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Pulls it in. It's Haynes. Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45.
Defense kind of lost a running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the 1st down in the process.
The Wolverines come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. 1st down, looking to throw the football. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
What a play here by this defensive line. You can get so caught up in the flashy offense of Ohio State in recent years. Let's not forget, a still-played defense in the shoe and have such great history and tradition with that defensive line play.
Makes the grab. It's Marsh. He make the tackle, but not before he gets all the way to the 30.
Boy, a nice drag route here, and I thought the patience by the quarterback was the key. Puts it in front of his receiver, gives him a chance to make the catch, and picks up a little bonus. Nice yards after the catch.
There's a 1st and 10 play. They'll run it from the gun. 1st down, looking for more now. They finally bring him down, but the offense set up now. 1st down from the 15.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see as an offense to open up a football game. Everything seems to be working, whether they're running the football, as we saw right there, able to protect, throw the football with timing and rhythm. Everything on full display for this offense to let this defense know they could be in for a long day.
Made the catch, but he was surrounded, Kirk. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
An important 3rd down conversion coming here in the red zone. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Chris, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. With the catch, it's Marsh. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. That completion sets up a second down play. Quarterback's got it on the option. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, when they called that one in, I doubt they thought it was going to go backwards like it did. Normally, you can get a few out of these option plays, but they got nothing here.
It's a ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Makes the grab. It's Marsh. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Well, when you play zone defense on third down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Gonna run it. It's Haynes. As the first down is still going. Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka and Tyrone Wheatley and Leroy Horde. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
And this time he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Defense all over him that time.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Pulls it in. It's Moore. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
The key on a drag route is to put the ball out in front of the wide receiver to give him a chance to do what he just did. Pick up some valuable yards after the catch.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. They'll try the ground game here. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Grab down the middle. It's Prescorn. They wrap him up after the completion just short of the first down marker.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or 2 guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody. It allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Design quarterback run. Has a path to the end zone. No stopping him on that run. Touchdown, Michigan.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
And the first play of the drive now from the 25. He keeps it on the design run. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. Both teams settling in, looking to set the tone here, Kirk, in a game where there's a lot at stake for both teams coming in.
Yeah, both these teams realize this is a key game in the grand scheme of things. Late in a year like this, a winner may be able to look back at this as a game being the reason they finish strong and make a big push to those bowl games around New Year's.
Caught near the sticks. It's Marsh. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
man-to-man coverage. You run the drag route. You'd prefer to get the ball downfield, but the matchup called for at least some positive yards underneath, and he makes a nice throw.
First down, looking to throw the ball. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. And a nice first down gain there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Stop, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout before halftime. A completion makes it second down. They'll run it here. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back, he just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this, and he's going to be getting into a rhythm for sure.
The defense all over. They stop him right at the line. Well, for many, this is the quintessential college football rivalry. It combines tradition, high intensity, and very often high stakes.
Yeah, Chris, I really think the rivalry has changed over the years. Guys in my era would tell you it was a game that was the most heated but the most respected because of the way you were recruited by both schools. There was the Woody, there was the Bo influence on the rivalry. But I think in the new social media era, I think it's more about hatred for the two schools. From both sides, it's just a different feel. We'll feel that today when these teams go at it.
Here we go, 3rd and short on the 7th play of this drive. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. One down, but it's enough to convert on 3rd down and set them up 1st and goal at the 10. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout. And the Wolverines looking to finish the drive here. It's 1st and goal. That's a design quarterback keeper. Football comes out. The offense able to fall on it and avoid the turnover. Got lucky that time. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. Now they'll come up 2nd down and goal from the 10. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. And it falls incomplete.
Risky throw here on 2nd down. Small spaces down here can be an issue for any quarterback. Very interested to see what they call here on 3rd down coming up.
The offense has been moving backwards here. Now a long way to go on 3rd and goal. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Catch made, looking for the goal line. The completion gains about 6 yards, but now it's a 4th down call. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. So 4th down now from the 3. They'll go for it. And the defense rise up for a big stop. QB keeper all the way. Motors all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Boy, do I love watching this guy play the game. You get caught up in his ability to throw the football, but you get into a situation where it's 4th down and goal. I love that his legs are a threat. This time he finds his way into the end zone for 6 points.
And the first play of the drive now from the 25. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there. That'll put him over 150 yards today. Kirk, he is putting on a show on this big stage.
How great is this? On this stage, as you mentioned, Chris, just playing his best game. He's been in sync with his receivers. Back there, has time to throw. Just having a dream performance.
Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down to the 47.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear a defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
They've got him in the backfield. Nowhere to go. A 2-yard loss.
Now, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling them to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
That's caught. It's Moore. He's in the clear. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a third down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it. You convert, and you keep working that clock.
And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 31 after the incompletion. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. And this pass is caught. You make the tackle at the 19, but this offense now has a first down in the red zone.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down. And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Defense is coming after him. And it's incomplete that time. Just out of reach of the receiver.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
Can't hold on. Good defensive play brings up a 4th down. The decision is not to go for it on 4th down. Here comes the field goal team. The distance will be from 36 yards away. And he's got it. No problem. And that will extend their lead even further.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
First play of the drive now coming up from the 29. He'll hand it off. Just a small gain. Look at it, 2nd and 9.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Here's the 2nd down play. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. The sure hands. It's pre-scoring. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Short completion. A 3rd down play coming up. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on 3rd down. The Wolverines will line up to boot it away. On a play now for the first time today. And the return man decides to signal. So the drive begins backed up at their own 5. Tough spot. Here comes a first down pass attempt. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
You know, this is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. And notice how the balance of this passing game's been on display here. A whole bunch of guys getting involved in catching passes. That's tough to stop. We're set now for the fourth quarter. Who is going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Makes the catch downfield. They finally get him down, but it's a chunk play through the air.
Well, the defense gets these guys to third down. They got a chance to get them off the field, and instead they give up the first down. So the clock will continue to move, and the defense is really at the mercy of this offense at this point.
The Wolverines starting a new series here on 1st and 10. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Caught over the middle. It's Morgan. Here he goes. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
North down at the 50. Good enough for a first down.
So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. Looking to throw it again. The pass rush closing in. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Pressure is coming. The receiver grabs it. Good enough for first down yardage.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
The defense swarms him in the backfield. He had nowhere to run, loses 2 yards. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down, but instead he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Crucial third down play right here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Grab down the middle. It's Moore. That play more than enough for a first down. Sets him up at the 24.
Well, I love to see this late in a game like this with the lead. Get aggressive. Go for it here on third down through the air. Quarterback delivers to his receiver. Comes down with a nice completion and a first down, and they keep that clock moving.
Caught over the middle. It's Marsh. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. And the defense smothers him for no gain. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. They're going to go for it here on 4th and inches. Design quarterback run. And the Wolverines looking to keep this drive moving.
I think it says a lot about this coach's confidence that he has in his team, that he sticks to running the football on fourth down. You know, a lot of teams, they might try to get cute, pull out a special play that they've been practicing for weeks. But not this guy. They just line up, run the ball, and pick it up.
They've got it in the backfield, nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play. Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Change of pace, now looking to throw the football. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down. The long drive continues. The offense just grinding away here. On third down, he drops to throw. He's got it, looking for the end zone. The defense will wrap him up after about a 6-yard gain. Not enough for the first. It's fourth down. The Wolverines will come to the line on fourth down, looking to keep the drive going. Fourth down, looking to throw for it. Looking to scramble. Launching one to the end zone. Fourth down pass is incomplete, but there's a marker down. A crucial call here.
Offside, defense.
What I always love to see on these offsides call is when they're always pointing at each other. You know, he did it. I didn't do it. Put it on him. Well, we know this time it's on the defense. They're going to make the right call.
So it's fourth down and 2. They could make a first down without scoring. He keeps it on a design run. Nope, he is stopped short. The Wolverines come into the final minute of play, just trying to run the clock out. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Grab down the middle. It's Marsh. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
That's an easy completion for the quarterback, finding his receiver just dragging underneath coverage.
Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Time winding down. This offense comes to the line trying to bleed out the clock. Try and muscle for the first down. And we're able to move the sticks. Set up now, first down at the 34. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. And the Wolverines line up on first and 10 now. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They stop him, but it's a first down, and that should be ball game. Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. In the red area, it's Burke. Stop right there at the line. No gain. And the offense takes a timeout with 15 seconds remaining.
That is called gap integrity. Nice job by this defense of taking away that inside run and then using their speed as the back tried to bounce that to the outside. There's just no room to run.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he's in. Touchdown, Michigan.
So much about speculation on whether or not they're going to kick a field goal or go for a touchdown. They put this ball into the end zone, and they put this game out of reach. What a job by this team and by this offense.
Well, when you're a team that comes in, Kirk, with great expectations, big goals at the end, you're going to get tested. They were tested here today by another ranked team. I was impressed how they responded.
Chris, there's no doubt about it. I think the thing that really stood out to me is the way they played for 4 quarters, just dominating football. And this is a team that's had to deal with being kind of the hunted, the team that knows that every single week teams want to bring them down. They took on a very talented team today and just dominated it.
And that is going to do it. We enjoyed being here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.